Hey there guys, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. This is the review of Arsenal's 2-1 victory, just about winning the game against the Saints this afternoon, courtesy of a Santi Cazorla penalty in the last couple of minutes. It's glossed over what was quite frankly a very, very unconvincing performance, but I'd much rather win the game 2-1 in the last minute than win 6-0. I mean, where's the fun in that? It was quite frankly very poor from Arsenal, especially in the opening 45 minutes. I think a lot of that was down to having such a disjointed starting 11. We saw the additions of Mustafi and Perez come straight into the starting lineup. Looking at Mustafi first and foremost, the opening 10 minutes from him, he was rather shaky, and I absolutely loved the fact that his first touch of the ball went straight into the Southampton midfield. But apart from that, he really does look like a player. He looks like a fantastic defender, and him linking up with Koscielny at times was great to watch. It's a shame they couldn't keep a clean sheet because I definitely felt they deserved it throughout the course of this match. He is an excellent tackler. His distribution is very good as well. He made a fantastic run down the right-hand side. A very good debut from Mustafi. But Perez, on the other hand, really did fail to get into the game. In my opinion, he does not strike me whatsoever as someone that is able to perform in that lone striking role. I don't want to judge him too early on in his Arsenal career because, he was playing up top with two very frustrating players in Oxlade-Chamberlain and Theo Walcott, who in my opinion didn't perform to the best of their abilities today, especially Oxlade-Chamberlain, but I'll get onto him a little bit later. Perez, he's got a lot of ability. On the ball, his distribution's good. He's an exciting, skillful, pacey, strong player, but he didn't get involved enough. And of course, it's going to be a reality check for him. Coming from Deportivo to Arsenal, playing in front of a crowd of 60,000, of course, at this stage in his career, it's going to be a big shock for him. And it will take time for him to bed into the team. I just hope that it takes a matter of weeks as opposed to months, because he's obviously got talent. We saw that, given that he got so many goals and assists for Deportivo last season. But he does strike me as a player that's going to be a lot more effective playing maybe off the right-hand side than the left for us with Olivier Giroud up top. I have a feeling Wenger is going to persist with him in playing that lone striker role. Whether that will work for us remains to be seen. It's too early to tell just one game into his Arsenal career. But he's an exciting player, just didn't really get the opportunities that I think he so desperately wanted in today's game. But I don't want to judge him too early on. Like I say, he was playing with two players that don't really offer him the best of opportunities. Oxlade-Chamberlain today, he constantly frustrates because we all know that he's got the talent. He's got abundances of ability, and he's one of the best players in the Premier League at beating a man, but his crosses were abysmal. His decision-making is very, very appalling at times. His positioning is questionable, and I really do question, at 23 years of age, is he capable of nailing down a position in his Arsenal team? Because the one thing we say of Oxlade-Chamberlain is, oh yeah, he needs a run of games. He needs a run of 5 to 10 games to see the best of him. And he's played consistently for us this season. And at the start of the season, he's put in some good performances. He's put in some okay performances. I wouldn't say he's put in a brilliant performance as of yet. And that's what we really need to see from him. I highly doubt he's going to start in that game on Tuesday night in Paris. But he's a player that's got so much ability, so much talent. I want to see that unearthed from him. But the fact of the matter is we can't afford for okay players to be starting in the Arsenal team. And as much as I hate to say that, I love Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's an English player and someone I want to see succeed in this team. But for me, the players on the flanks picked themselves. Iwobi and Alexis, when they came on, were a different team. We looked so much more fluid, so much more exciting, so much more pacey, so much more skillful. With those two on the flanks, with Ozil playing in between them and then having someone like Giroud or Perez or even Danny Welbeck up top when he returns, that's a fantastic team there. And Walcott and Chamberlain are seriously going to struggle to get into the team when those two are fit as well. And let's not forget that when Aaron Ramsey returns, there's always the possibility that he could be playing off the right-hand side of the midfield, and we could be lining up with Alexis, Ozil, Ramsey, possibly behind someone like Olivier Giroud. So it's worrying times for Theo Walcott and Oxlade-Chamberlain. I do think that Walcott has been ever so slightly more convincing at times. I thought he was good when he came on for England the other day. I don't think he was particularly good today, to be honest. Against Watford, he was very good. I just want to see more and more strong performances from him because, again, he's another player that's got talent in abundance. It's just a case of him putting in the work rate, and that should come shining out. But at 27 years of age, coming up to 28 this season, time is really running out for him, and we've been saying that for the last 3 or 4 years now, but time is seriously running out for Theo Walcott, and we've seen him perform in the big games, in the Tottenham games, in the Chelsea games over the past couple of years. He just needs to be consistent, and as I say, with him and Oxlade-Chamberlain, we can't be affording to play just okay, mediocre players when this is a team that's got to be challenging for the title this season. The game started off very poorly from Arsenal. Mustafi had a rather shaky opening 10 minutes. The team looked rather unconvincing all round. We couldn't string two passes together. Players were really failing to get involved. I don't think that was really helped by the fact that we started with Cazorla and Coughlin in midfield because it just disrupted everything good that came out of the Watford game a couple of weeks ago. We saw that Xhaka, Ozil and Cazorla work so well in a midfield three. And I'm surprised that we didn't continue and persist with that. I can understand that Coquelin is still a fantastic addition for us. Let's not forget that he over the past couple of years he has been one of Arsenal's gems to come out from the ranks. But the fact of the matter is Xhaka's a better player, and as much as I like Coquelin, and the fact of the matter is he has still got ability, he has got raw talent. The fact that he can break up play with so much ease at times and take it off a man. I mean, you're not telling me that's just luck over the past 2 years. He's a very talented, a very gifted player. But I just think Xhaka suits our system a lot better. And Coquelin's certainly a player that I would start if we're going to Stoke away and start him with Mohamed or Nene possibly. I mean, all these options we've got. And it's a shame that we're not seeing El Nene get enough game time that I think he's certainly warranted in his time at Arsenal. But all these options that we've got, like I was saying, it's good to see that we can go into a game such as today's with Xhaka and with Coquelin and Cazorla. But then we've got players like Xhaka or El Nene on the bench, which we can use as alternative options. And then it makes you look at someone like Jack Wilshere and you think, yep, that Bournemouth move did make a lot of sense for the best of his career. So, yeah, it's good to have all those options. But I think if we'd have started with Xhaka today, we would have seen a lot more of a comfortable performance from Arsenal. We need to get chemistry. We need to get an established starting 11. I think that's the most important thing. In my opinion, Walcott and Chamberlain aren't established members of the starting 11. Coquelin is on the verge of being a player that isn't guaranteed a place in the starting 11. The only thing that's guaranteed of Arsenal at the moment is that current back five and Mesut Ozil playing in that position. The rest of it is pretty much all over the place. Cazorla, I think, is a guaranteed starter as well. He was scintillating today, and I think he definitely deserved that goal. Great to see that he's got 2 goals in 2 games now, albeit penalties, but they're going to do his confidence the world of good, especially as he went for a couple of seasons without getting a goal. But he's really starting to look like a serious player, given that he had a rather sketchy season last campaign, and he's just proving to be one of our best players, which I don't think was ever doubted. But it's great to see when he's in the starting 11, he just proves that he's one of our more talented players, such a fantastic player to have in the Arsenal ranks. Getting into the game itself, Southampton took the lead courtesy of a Dusan Tadic free kick, which ricocheted off the bar onto the back of Petr Cech. He'll be very disappointed to concede that, but not a lot we could have done. Well, apart from give away the free kick, of course. Monreal guilty of that, but we responded very well. We got the goal through Laurent Koscielny, a fantastic bicycle kick on his birthday. Of all people to score a bicycle kick, Laurent Koscielny, fantastic stuff there. And we should have pushed on from that point. We were fortunate to go in at half-time just 1-1. We could have been a lot worse. Southampton had chances. We were very poor in that first half. We went out into the second half, had a lot more possession, a lot more time on the ball. Fraser Forster was booked early on, given that he was taking so long to distribute the ball from his own half. And Southampton made it very difficult for us at times. They were sitting back. They seemed very happy with the draw, but they did have chances. Shane Long had a very tame effort on goal, which could have quite easily gone in the back of the net had he had put a bit more power on it. Thankfully, Petr Cech was able to scurry back and clear the ball. But they were cutting through our defence at times, which was a rather concerning thought. Maybe that was down to fatigue from the Arsenal players. Let's not forget Mustafi and Koscielny have both played for their respective international teams during the last couple of weeks. We managed to clinch the 3 points in the last closing moments of the game thanks to a Santi Cazorla penalty, courtesy of Olivier Giroud winning the foul. I believe it was a shirt pull by Jose Font, and fair play to the referee if he's got that bang on. I'd have to see it once again, as I didn't really get a clear view of it sitting in the stadium. But if Jose Font has indeed pulled on Olivier Giroud's shirt, then fair play to the referee, because he's enforced the rule that so many of us wanted to see over the past couple of seasons. And if we are going to see this shirt pulling rule taken seriously, then it has to be taken to full effect, and I'm glad to see the referee has made no mistakes in doing that today. Regarding the referee, it was a very controversial performance from him today. I think that could certainly be said. But at times he did some good things, and certainly awarding us the penalty at the end, that's done us a massive favour. Excellent penalty through Santi Cazorla. He had a lot of time to think about it, a good 5-6 minutes whilst Koscielny was receiving treatment. And that really was concerning, because given the way penalties have gone for us over the past couple of years, I was rather concerned that he might miss it, but he made no mistake in putting it right down the middle of the goal. A lot of bravery to be able to do that, especially in what was a rather crucial 3 points for us at the time. But I'm glad we've come away from the game with 3 points to our name against a very good Southampton side. Up next is Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday. Massive game for us, but certainly a game which I think is winnable. This is at a point where PSG are at their most vulnerable, in my opinion. Let's not take them too lightly, but then again, I certainly think we can go out there to the Parc of the Prince and pick up 3 points without a shadow of the doubt. I have absolute belief in this Arsenal team to go out there and pick up 3 points. But as I say, it wasn't overly convincing today, but let's not forget it wasn't our strongest starting 11. A long way to go this season. But that's just been my thoughts on Arsenal's 2-1 victory over Southampton today. Please get your thoughts in the comments box below. Please drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. And as always, I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.